let's start with Rugged Road and see where it goes. So in fact, what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to play the lick. So I have the beat here. So the first lick that is being played is this one. All right, so this is the original. That's very slow. Well, not very slow. Here we go. Sorry about that. Boom. All right, so let's work on that part. So the first part is in 7th position. You just use your minor pentatonic scale. And then what you do is you slide towards 9 on D, then index finger 7 on G, and then ring finger 9 on G, pull off to 7, and then you play 9, 7 on D, and then 9 on A. So now let's go into the part that I said about analyze the lick. So many times I get when people are saying like, well, when you play it, it sounds like it, but when I play it, it doesn't. So that can be due to different things. So it can be, for instance, you're not playing the rhythm right, but sometimes it also means you're not really playing you're not articulating the notes correctly. So you have long, and then this one is, this one is played short, right? Staccato. And then this one is played short as well. So long, short, long. So there's 2 short notes in there. Short, short. So that makes a big difference. The other thing is that the first note of the lick, you slide into it. So you slide, I guess, from 7 or 8 and then into 9. Okay, so then we get the next lick, which is, so here you get actually like a double stop lick that is used a lot. So you're in that 7th position, and then what you do with your ring finger, you fret. Maybe I should give you a better view here. So you get G and B in 9th. You just put your ring finger flat over top of it. I use my other fingers to help out as well. And then you do like a semitone bend release. And then to a pull off to 7th position. Then you play that 9th position double stop again with a down and up stroke. Pull off to 7, and then you get 9, 7 on the D string, pull off. So like that. So if you add it all up, you get 4. All right, so then the second time you play that whole that whole intro riff, you get this part. You get index finger on 7 on D, and you do a hammer-on pull-up there. And then you do just 9 to 7 with a pull-off 3 times. Actually, it's a slur, so it's like hammer-ons and pull-offs. So, and then you drag it down. And then it goes into the chord section. Okay, so let's play that one more time. Maybe I should increase the tempo a little bit, just so it doesn't feel totally slow. Let's see if that works. So, and then you go into the chord section. All right. So that chord, so is let's see, that's D sharp 7, C shape. So that's pointer finger B4, pinky G6, middle finger D5, and ring finger is on A6. Then you go to G sharp minor 7. So that is ring finger barring D, G, and B in 4. Middle finger is fretting 4 on the E string. And then you go to E7. And I'm guessing you could do like the whole C shape, but I'm guessing this is more of a the lower part of it. So that is ring finger on G7, index finger D6, and middle finger on A7. And then we go to the B7 chord in the E shape. So you get and then we go into the B7, and then we get our next lick. So let's listen to that next lick. Okay. Okay, so let's keep an eye on things here. Yes, okay, so that lick, I really like this lick, actually for 2 reasons. So one reason is that and I'm sorry I don't remember who did that lesson, but I saw a lesson from another YouTube guitar player, and he was giving like lots of variations of like how you should play scales, and he started with an example lick, and it's actually pretty much this lick. It's not exactly the same, but it just reminded me of it. Anyways, so what do you do? So again, we're in our B minor pentatonic scale. So you play on the E string, you play 10, pull off to 7 on B, then 10 on B. Then we go to the G string. So you play 9 pull off to 7, and then 9 on D, back to 9 on G. So and then you get this. So what you there do is you have your index finger on G and 7, and then you slide towards the major third of the chord, slide back to 7, back to the major third, and then you play 9, 7. So Now, what is really cool about this lick? No, hold on. So let's do a little bit of the analysis. So first, it's not all long notes. So you get these two are short, and then you get short, 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 and that one is also short, and then we get the slides, and these are all long. So you get short, 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 short. So that's 3, 4, 4, 1. Last time. There you go. Hold on, I'm muting the wrong thing there. So that is how that lick is played. So let's see what else is there. So there it goes back to that E7 chord. Yeah, so then you get so it doesn't start on the 1. I think it starts on the and after 1. So you step a little bit out of that pentatonic first box and you slide into 11 with your middle finger on the G, and then index finger 10, back to 11 on the G, back to 10. So, and then you do a grace note slide from 11 to 9, pull off to 7, and then ring finger 9 on D. All right, so let's see where we are. Yeah, oh yeah, so here, so this is a nice one. Yeah, so that is... So here we're clearly in, I guess what we would call box 2. So this is still B minor pentatonic scale. What you do is, so maybe first I should quickly, for those who don't know, most of us know that, we know that pentatonic shape, but we don't know the next one. So the next one is, so it's like middle finger on E10, pinky E12, and then the next one is going to be 9, 12, 9, 12, 9, 11, and then 10, 12, 10, 12. Okay. Yeah, so you have a triplet there. So first you slide with your middle finger into 11 of your G, and then you got yeah, then ring finger 12 on B, back to middle finger 11, back to ring finger 12, to index finger 10 on the B string. Then you get, so there you play index finger 10, ring finger 12 on B, middle finger 11 on G, and then index finger, middle finger, ring finger 10, 11, 12 on the B string. So, but there's some subtleties in here that we need to talk about. Yeah. So when you have that chromatic line, the middle one is played short. That's not the only subtlety. Yeah. So when you play the 10 on E, that one has a bend. I'm not sure if it's like a pure semitone bend. Maybe it's microtone, but anyways, there is a bend there. And then you have that bend again at the end of the lick. Yeah. And what I like with these kinds of bends, so this is a subtlety that's sometimes really hard to get. So most people in the beginning, when they're starting to do bending on the guitar, it's like the bend is there right away, like. But sometimes bends are, you have the note first, like this, and then all of a sudden the pitch is bent up. So it's like. So it's not even just like a slow bend, like that is a slow bend. But what you have is you have the note first, so and then it just gets like a quick whip up just before it goes to the next note, or in this case, to a rest. So, right? So it's just a little push at the end. It's a subtle difference, but yeah, that's what music's all about. So, let's see. 1, 2, 4, 1. Yeah, so what I'm trying to focus on there when I'm doing that is just the rhythm is one thing. It wasn't 100%, but it was mostly there. But the rhythm, and then the two subtleties that I was focusing on was the staccato middle note in the chromatic line, and then the bends. All right, let's go on to the next one. Yeah, so there you get. Goes from E7 to F sharp 7. Aha. So here we have sort of like a little bit of an interlude before going back into the new, what is it? Into the new verse. Sorry. And while I'm at it, so I'm seeing, so we don't have like a hugely, we don't have an insanely busy stream right now, which is fine. But if you have any questions, like you're watching this and you're like, oh, fretboard out of frame. Darn it. Happens all the time. Thanks, Jerry. But yeah, if you're like, this Robben Ford guy is not for me, but if there is something that is for you, just drop it in the comment section, and I will make an effort to see if I can put that into a live stream. All right. Yeah. So. Yeah, so at the end there, and I have to be honest here, so when I was transcribing this part, that yeah. I wasn't 100% sure where he's playing that, so I'm just doing it kind of a little bit my way. But I have a feeling he's using a slightly different fingering there, or maybe a totally different fingering. So at the end of that interlude, you get that. So what you do is, let's do this guy here. That should help. Let's see. So, yeah. So you have your index finger on 4 on G. Then you do a full tone bend on 6 with your ring finger. Put your pinky on 5 of your B string. So, and you keep those two. Now, if you have like a floating tremolo system like I do, and this one is a little bit finicky, I have to admit, then when you push up this one, you hear the other note go down, which is not what you want. So a hardtail is easier, or maybe a more properly set up trem system than the one that I have on my guitar. But that is, so if you feel like, I have a feeling that my double stop is going out of tune here, yes, that is definitely a possibility. So then you have a release bend to 4 on G, and then 6 on D. Okay, so let's continue. Yeah, so that's how it ends. Oh. Let's see. I'm going to check my notes here quickly. Okay, and then. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that is a. Yeah, and it's very subtle, and when I play, it's not subtle at all. All right, so what do you do? So you start again in that second box there, and what you do is you play a slow semitone bend on 10, and then it is 12, 12 on E and B, back to 10, back to 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we get. So that's basically playing your blues scale down, and that is 10 pinky, 7 index finger, and then pinky 10, ring finger 9, and then pull off to 7. So then you play 9D, index finger 7A, and then E. So you get. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's try to do that with our, what is it? With our thing here. Tips to keep your tremolo bar in tune. Yeah, yes, I do actually have a tip for that. The tip just costs money. Well, that's not entirely true. So if you really set up, I think Carl Verheyen has what do you call it? He has a video in which he explains how he sets up his strat, how to set up a strat. You'd have to look it up, but he has a very specific way of doing it. And he says that when he uses the tremolo bar, nothing really goes out of tune. So, I mean, there are guitar technicians, so I guess it's a skill, which makes sense. Then, but the other thing that you can do is you can get a mag lock, which is a device that you place in, well, I have this thing in here now, but it's a device that you basically place in between, and it's not a spring, but it's magnetic. And what it does is that it's sort of neutral when your guitar is in neutral position, or the tremolo, but when you pull the tremolo, the pull on it increases until it goes back to neutral, and then it doesn't pull anymore. So I have it on another guitar, and I think it works pretty well, actually. It's just, yeah, I'm not sure what it costs, but it's from the Super V. Not sure if that's the brand, because I know there is they have a trem that's called Super V. It's a mag lock. Hold on. Okay, so let's go onto YouTube. So let's see, mag lock Strat. Let's see. Yeah, so the website is Super V, and it's an anti-deflection device. It's $60. So if you have a guitar that goes out of tune, I'm not affiliated to these guys. So don't. But I have it on one of my guitars, and I think it works pretty well. They also have like tremolo systems. So if you want a different tremolo for your guitar, they're pretty good. Name of the man who has the fit on the, well, let's look that up as well. By the way, those tremolo systems are really good. If you have a Strat and you want a different tremolo system, these are like, even what is this name? Oh gosh. Eric Johnson uses it. I have the Super V locking kit on one of my guitars, but you have the Blade Runner, and basically they say it's just it creates more sustain. All right, so let's go to YouTube, and then Carl Verheyen guitar set up. Let's see. Yeah, whammy bar setup secrets. That's it for Guitar World. And he has it in different places as well, although the Jazzy Blues guitar seems to have reposted the whammy bar setup secrets video. So that is something that you could do. What I'll do is, can I just get the link? Maybe if I do this. All right, so copy link. You know what I'm going to do? Here, I'm not sure if I am allowed to do this. Yeah, there you go. That's the link to the video. If you're going to go and look at it right now, please come back. Please come back. Because, you know, it's not, I should not be sending people away from my stream. It's not good. Anyways, let's get on with the show. All right, so let's see. Okay, so there. So yeah, so there we go. Let's see. So in that section, I have moved to a different position. which is the third position. So third box, I should say. So what you do is you play a slow semitone bend on 15, ring finger on B string. Then it's 12 to 12, E to B, and then another semitone bend on 15. So let's listen to that again. Let's see. Here we go. And then you get this part, which is... Yeah, so there you have that pre-bend. So a semitone pre-bend on 15 on B. And then and you get a grace note release. So then you go to 12 on B, and then you go to 13 on G. So, okay. So let's listen to that again. Four. Let's do that again. Maybe something that I can ease. Yeah. Maybe something that I can ease. Yeah, that's it. It's just tricky to get it in that 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there you go. That's it. All right. So let's move on and see where we are. Yeah, then you get this part. So that's basically middle finger on B12, index finger on G11. Will you be posting this lesson on your YouTube channel? Yes, I will. So, but what I think, because I've really been going actually almost like lick for lick, note for note on this thing. What I might do is cut out chop out the what do you call it? The fluff, I guess, and then have a more focused guitar lesson on my YouTube channel as well. So this one you would find under live. So on YouTube, you have, when you go to my channel, let's see, how do I go to my channel? Oh, here. So let's show you here. So when you go to my channel, you have home, video, shorts, and live. So this thing doesn't pop up under my videos. So this thing would pop up under live, right? So this is where you would see the Robben Ford video and all the other live stuff. And then, but I'll try to. Yeah, it is a lot. Yeah, I know. Sometimes one lick is just more than enough for practice purposes, for sure. But yeah, so that is where you can find it. Okay, let's see. So now let's get back to Mr. Robben Ford. Yeah, so we have this thing here. So it's just middle finger B12, index finger on G11. And then you play them both, the double stop, and then you make a hammer on with your ring finger on 13. All right, and then here, so you have another really small lick. So there. Yeah. So what you do is you have your index finger on G9 and make a grace note, hammer on to 11, middle finger to 10 with your middle finger on the B string, and then you get 9, 7 pull off, ring finger, index finger to ring finger 9 on D. And then we get into our E7 to F sharp 7. And that's the ending, I think, of our second verse. Yeah, that riff is really, really fun to play. There is, however, a slight variation in the double stop lick in there. So let me play that for you. Hey, Pete, awesome to see you. That's great. Yeah, I noticed you. It's funny because you posted a comment on, I think, the other video recently. And actually, that made me remember that, hey, wait a second, I still have that. I didn't finish that at all. And I didn't even post the tab on the Patreon page. So because of you, I'm now doing this, and I'm going to be posting that tablature later. So that's great. That's great. Thanks, Pete. No? Yeah, here it is. Yeah, so I get the... So instead of doing... With the double on the 9 there, it's like... So it's like a staccato 9th position note. So I get the bend and release, pull off to 7, and then you play staccato 9th position on the G string. Back to the double stop and 7, and then the rest of the lick that is still the same. So let's do that one more time. And then you finish with that, just a grace note, hammer on from 7 to 9 on the first beat. And that's it. So that means that we're into the solo right now. I don't expect myself to finish that in this live stream. So I will save that for next time. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should just save that for next time. Yeah, let's agree on this. So next week on Tuesday, next week on Tuesday we'll do a solo on Rugged Road. So full solo breakdown. Full solo Rugged Road breakdown. There you go. What is a double stop? That's a really good question. So a double stop, I'm not even sure if I'm going to be explaining it correctly here, but a double stop is when you just play 2 notes. So those are all double stops. So you have you're playing 2 notes and 2 separate strings on adjacent strings, I guess. Does that answer the question? Actually, so as a I've been teaching for a long time, and I use the word double stops, but I've never actually looked up like the meaning of it, because it's like it's English, so it's what is a double? Oh, wait a second, double stop. What is a double stop? Are 2 notes, also known as a dyad, that are played at the same time. Okay, so it's basically what I just said. Okay, so I guess I have had it right. But yeah, so that is a double stop. So it's just 2 notes played at the same time. That's it. So your whole, I'm not going to play the riff, but the whole intro to Smoke on the Water is double stops. So I guess yeah. Yeah, so Chuck Berry answers the question. Yeah, well, Chuck Berry probably played a bunch of them. Yeah, so if there is any, so since there are a few of you commenting right now, I'm just going to ask, like, what other things would you like to see me do before I close this stream? Before I forget, like, tomorrow we're going to have another stream at 9 a.m. This is going to be on Matteo Zassado's thing, right? The whole anyways, I'll do it better tomorrow. Double stops. Wait a second. You mean that Chuck Berry answers the question on double stops, or is that like what you want to have a lesson on double stops? Because that can be done as well. I am thinking, so I'm doing like a technique lesson this Thursday, so that's the day after tomorrow, is going to be on harmonics. Take 5. Yeah, Take 5 is a nice tune. I'll write that one down. Take 5. Okay, so double stops, a double stops lesson. Okay, so I'm writing that down. So I'm thinking of doing like technique Thursdays. Oh no. Sorry. I was like, oh yes. Oh no. But I could. Yeah, so this Thursday I'm doing a harmonics lesson. So pinched harmonics, cascading harmonics, maybe, if we get into it. And I'm going to see where that's going to go. And maybe I'm going to do that like regularly on a Thursday, just technique Thursdays. Yeah, just to really dig into a technique a little bit more than just your standard lesson. And because it's live, you can ask questions while I'm doing it. So that might be interesting. Yeah, and since I mentioned Carl Verheyen in this stream before, do what you want, all good. Yeah, thanks. Well, you know, if I really wouldn't like it, I wouldn't do it. But it's nice if people are into what I'm doing, because that means they come back. And yeah, I mean, I could do music from Franz Bauer, but then maybe nobody would be watching. Although some probably would. Anyways, I'm gonna start to close this stream. I'm hoping to see you again tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time for my breakdown of How Deep Is Your Love. I'm gonna do the whole thing in one go, and then tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, is gonna be pinched harmonics, and then it's another 4 days until the next stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I certainly did. Looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow, and have a nice